Hello and welcome back. My name is India. I happen to read a lot and we're in a bit of a different location today. This is one of my many shelves elsewhere in my house. I'm currently filming while Harry's watching football and I've been shunned. From the living room where I normally film. So we're filming in a different room in my house. Today we're going to be going through the books that I want to read in November. My October wrap-up will be filmed at some point, God knows. But this is going to be focusing on all the books that I want to read in November. I have tried to kind of keep it to shorter novels, just because one of the novels that I'm reading in this month is very chunky with very small print. But anyway, let's get into it. So first up, we have All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. This was recommended by one of my Readers Guild mutuals who I met in Cheltenham. Check out the vlog for that one. And this follows, what was his name again? Titus Crown. He is the first black sheriff in his hometown, and he is investigating the murder of a school teacher who was killed by a student, and then the student was ultimately killed by his fellow police officers, and delving into the complications that were the school teacher, the young pupil. He seems to uncover a lot of dark secrets in his hometown. It mentions here connections to a local church, and if you have been here long enough, you will know that anything that has the church is evil kind of focus, I will be there. I will be there and I will be diligent and I will enjoy it because I love a good, sorry to say it, I love a good church is evil trope. I also been wanting to read S.A. Cosby for a really, really long time, so I'm glad we're finally getting to it. We then have the reappearance of Inuyasha Volume 2. As you can see, this is how far I am into this. I will be honest, I'm not enjoying this as much as I thought I would. How many pages in am I? 205 pages. I really thought the first 3 volumes in the first volume were setting up such an interesting story, and now it kind of feels like Monster of the Volume kind of vibe, and I want to see a little bit more development between Inuyasha and our main character, Kagome, and I kind of feel like I'm here for the romance more than the adventure, so maybe that's on me. I don't know, but I'm hoping to finish this actually this month. Then we have this big boy. This is The Will of the Many by James Islington, which I think it was 2023 is when this came out in America. Yeah, it came out in 2023, and this took the fucking world by storm. I don't think I could scroll on my TikTok For You page, personally for me, without seeing this book being talked about. So I'm finally getting around to reading it. The sequel is now already out. I don't know too much about this, other than the fact that I think it's a bit of a murder revenge story, and it's heavily based on ancient Rome. I probably, in the theory of this, wouldn't have picked this book up had I not seen some trusted reviewers say it's good. So, not because of anything, it's like I don't really care for ancient Rome. I'm not really an ancient Rome inspiration fan. It's just not for me. But I'm happy to really enjoy it. We are reading this for book group in a couple of months' time, not for this book group, just because it's so chunky. And we don't do a book group in December because working in December at Christmas in a bookstore, it's stressful. So we're not adding a book group onto that. But we're doing this for book group. Everybody's very excited. I hope we will like it as much as we hope to do so. And it's also got the tiniest amount of fucking print. I don't know whether you can see that. That print is atrocious. So yeah, I needed at least a good couple of months to read this before book group. So then we have Death Takes Me by Christina Rivera Garza. This is set in Mexico, I think? No, that's a lie. I completely lied. But the author is Mexican, so it's probably set in Mexico. And this follows a professor who stumbles upon the corpse of a man with a poem written by the dead body. And he becomes the lead informant on the case, working with... Is it up and coming? No, working with a detective who has a newfound obsession with poetry. And these two of them try to solve this serial killer case where the focus is on poetry. Goodreads had it as like a list of things that you should read in the latter part of the year, especially kind of that October, November time. So I'm very excited to read this. It's very crime heavy recently for me. I've been really trying to read a lot of thrillers and crime books. So I'm really, really hoping to read this because this sounds right up my alley. A dreamlike genre-defying novel. And it's all about gendered violence, so that's going to probably make me sad, but... Can't wait. It looks like it's got short chapters as well. Oh my god, the chapters are really fucking short. Yes! So the next book I'm reading is What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. I'm a T. Kingfisher fan. I have a whole reading vlog about reading When the Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher, which is an incredible, incredible low fantasy novel. What Moves the Dead is the November book group pick. So we always have our book groups at the beginning of the month. And we kind of were thinking, it's the last book group of the month. We kind of want to just talk about the year as a whole. So let's just choose a really short novel. And obviously we were in October when we chose it. So we were like, let's go for something spooky. And a friend of the channel, Morgan, recommended What Moves the Dead. It is a retelling of the fall of the House of Usher. And yeah, it's about a soldier who goes to see their friends who have taken ill. And there's mushrooms on the cover. And I've read 45 pages. And it's good. I'm enjoying it. So another short novel here is The Woman Dies by Aoko Matsuda. I'll be honest with you, I was drawn in by the cover. I think the cover's gorgeous. Europa Editions, I highly recommend because they published A Winter's Promise, which is an incredible YA fantasy that I read earlier in the year. This also drew me in, very similar to Death Takes Me. This drew me in also because it's right, there's a lot of things that drew me in. The cover, the fact, very similarly to Death Takes Me, it's got really, really short pages. I think the longest story in this is 4 pages long. Some of them are like this one, English Composition number 1. That's it. And I'm really intrigued to see whether this author is able to pull off such short flash fiction. We'll see. I'm really intrigued. And that's why I picked it up, because I thought, you know what? Can you do this? Do you have the kahunas, my darling, to do this? But it's also translated by Polly Barton, and I'm a massive fan of Polly Barton's translations. So hopefully I love it. Now, don't judge me. Okay, don't judge me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I am going to read... Actually, this is the book I'm going to read right after What Moves the Dead. And this is The Christmas Clue by Nicola Upson. This is inspired by the couple who created the game Cluedo. And it's just a fun Christmas murder mystery set in 1943 on Christmas Eve. And they're like a massive board game fan. And then a murder happens at their Christmas party. There you go. And you must be thinking to yourself, India, why are you reading this? So I always read one not Christmassy kind of book in November. It just seems to have happened and fallen that way. Okay. And the one I read last year, which was it was by Denzel Mayrick. I bought the sequel literally today. Murder at Holly House. That's what it was called. Murder at Holly House. I read that in November and it was really fucking good. And now I just kind of feel like I've started something where to get into the kind of Christmassy mindset super early, I'm reading a Christmas murder mystery. And it always seems to be a murder mystery. I only read Christmas murder mysteries. Don't ask me why. People are going to judge me because I'll be reading this probably from the 5th of November. But at work, we started picking up Christmas decorations. And then finally, we have the very exciting Every Day I Read by Hwang Bo-room. This is the author of Welcome to the Hyunam-dong Bookshop, which I really loved. I loved it. It was so, so good. Who's this translated by? Translated by Shanna Tan, who I believe is the same translator for Welcome to the Hyunam-dong Bookshop. This is not a novel. This is a series of essays about reading. So it's just more about introspection and reflection of what Hwang Bo-room has learned while trying to center reading in her life. And I feel like as someone whose literally entire life, both in work and outside of work, is reading, I thought I'd be quite intrigued to see what her thoughts are about immersing her life so wholeheartedly with reading that kind of drives her life. I think that's really, really interesting. And I was sent some really lovely stamps and stuff from the publishers, which is really, really nice. So I bought this book, but the publishers ended up sending me some really cute post-it notes and little tabs for annotating. So I am planning on annotating this. So yeah, that's the TBR for November. As I said, with the will of the many in the old docket, I've been focusing on reading either really fast-paced books. I would be surprised if this is slow-paced. I don't know what I want to say. I just feel surprised. The Will of the Many is going to be the last book I read in the month. Probably will cross over into December, but the goal is to read all my short ones first. And then Will of the Many last. Because I know I want to read it in the month, but I was like, I want to read more than just The Will of the Many. Just kind of be the only book I read in November. But there we go. That is what I plan on reading in November. This was a very quick fire TBR. I'm already looking now at the new year about what my plans are, if I want any goals, any new challenges. So I'm pretty much set up for the new year. And yeah, I think this is going to be really good. So please like and subscribe and all of that fun stuff. And let me know if any of these you've read or they're on your list or yada, yada, yada. Thank you.